Now.
Hi, everyone. I hope you guys can see us. I'm Dror from Genesis Import. We're sitting here in Germany in our during our online show, and on the other side, you can see Kate and Jeremy from Alu-Cab. Kate
You
is
got
the
to
marketing
Yeah.
manager, and
Hi.
and Jeremy is the company owner, main designer, and the man that stay behind the brand Alu-Cab more than anybody else. How
Hello,
are you guys?
everybody.
Hi.
We're here saying hi from a very cold Cape Town. It's raining. This is Africa, man. We're not. I think it's 9 degrees. We're not used to it being 9 degrees here. So I had to dig my beanie and my puffer jacket out to keep me warm. We're sitting in the camper so that you can get a feel of what it's like. So we're chilling out or warming up in the back of the camper in my garden at the moment because I'm busy preparing my vehicle because I'm going into the bush. I'm going to the Richtersveld. We're getting some special photography permits to go into the Richtersveld next week.
Wow, it's amazing. I'm envy on you. I really would like to go to the bush, but there's no bush in Germany. So,
Yeah.
and there's no, we cannot fly anymore to Africa, so I need to wait with my bush plans.
Yeah.
But of the other side, we have amazing weather today. We have like 25 degrees outside. We have many customers that came today to visit our company. I think you saw maybe in the live stream all the cars that we have in outside and all the products. Have you guys check it out?
You put it
It's
up.
so nice. Yesterday the weather was horrible, but anyway, a lot of customer came. We got a lot of orders via our mail system. We sold already few canopy campers.
So your e-commerce is working well for you, or?
The most of the orders are coming through mails. And,
Okay.
the e-commerce shop there we get the orders for the small stuff.
Okay.
Because that shop is showing the current stock. It doesn't show that if at the shop we say, okay, we don't have Alu-Cab tent on stock, but we have it coming in 2 weeks. That the shop is not showing, but it's kind of a feature we're working on, and I hope that in the next few weeks it's also will be available because we have a lot of product of Alu-Cabs in stock. Just most of it is already reserved for other customers that make pre-orders, and we have many containers leaving Alu-Cab. Only last week left 5 containers from Alu-Cab to us.
Yes.
And I have to say that although we had few weeks of quarantine and the orders for the Alu-Cab product are going like normal or even a little bit more. Just in the last 2 days, we got orders for more than 30 tents. So it's mean that
that's fantastic, Dror.
It's mean that you guys need to build me more tents, more awnings. Yeah, so it's fantastic. I think the brand is working very, very well, and we succeed. Although this hard and difficult time, Alu-Cab did a major effort to provide product to our market, and I'm happy that things are moving forward very well.
Yeah, no, that's good news. I mean, did you guys already run the clip on the workshop? Have you already shown that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back here.
Sorry, we're just trying to catch up on what was. I was moving vehicles around, so I never saw if you had run our workshop clip already.
I don't know. It's something that Yana and Jules and Kate organized. I have no idea what's really going on.
You sound like me.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, Dror, it was a funny thing that I was looking at last night because obviously post COVID-19 around South Africa, obviously South Africa being a third world country, Alu-Cab operating like a first world business. It's actually amazing to have the European support for us down in Africa, because we have firstly had to really learn how to be able to build a product that is an international product. So you know, with your guidance and and shouting and instructions, we have really had to learn how to up our game, and you know, it's important, because if somebody's not pushing and driving you to do it, you don't actually get it done. So it's been good from that perspective, and it's been really good because having Germany supporting South Africa and a third world country, it's a massive help to our economy, because export, obviously, as you know, is vitally important to keeping, you know, your country going. And I mean, we now employing at the moment 185 people, and it's just climbing all the time. So it's so great to actually be able to, under such difficult times, we're still trying to employ more people, because we can't keep up with production, because the demand for the products is growing and the brand is growing. And I mean, I'm always so blown away at how strong and enthusiastic Europe's been. And you know, it's still one of our strongest markets. And yet, as you say, you don't really have bush. So people are so enthusiastic to get equipped in Europe and still go out there and find the adventure, you know.
Yes, I think we. I was also myself surprised when I started my business in Europe, and you know, I came from Israel, where we had a little bit more off-road and desert where we can ride. And
Yeah.
I came to Europe and I discovered that actually it's amazing market here. And we came also in the right time, like when we started around 8 years ago, when pickup cars start to come slowly to the market, and we saw that actually all this theme of pickup product is catching up. And I never thought that I know, if you remember my first visit at Alu-Cab, you guys showed me the canopy. And I didn't come because of the canopy to Alu-Cab. I saw some other stuff that actually you don't have, but you had it in your website. So,
Yeah.
and then actually we developed this market together, and it was amazing how does it catch, you know, because
Yeah.
in the beginning when I remember bringing the first container, I had 3 canopies inside. And we had one guy that I sent him a photo and he wanted to have one. And I brought another 2, and I never know if I can sell it. I even didn't have a place. I just put it at my neighbor garage, you know. And when we went to the first Bad Kissingen show, so people said me, who would like to have an aluminum canopy, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and suddenly it's just with our good marketing way, it's left up, and it start to catch, and it's amazing. Are we still on?
Yeah, you're still talking.
No, Jeremy, you hear me? Und just was du gemacht? You just take it off.
No, but then the sign looks like he sounds like he's back.
Okay, are you back?
Are you back? Hang on.
Yeah. Just decide to play with something and just turn us off. You know, that is the problem.
Okay.
You know,
There we
Jeremy,
go.
they used to be a world when men like us, you know, that was the strongest, the alpha men used to control. Now we have no control of nothing. We always have these IT guys around us. They manipulate us. They move us from place to place. And if they just want to shut us down, they do it, you know. And it doesn't matter if you want to shout, if you want to hit them, you know. Yeah. So I don't know. Jules did something. By the way, Jules, are we live also on Instagram and in Facebook?
Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah,
And
Facebook
what
as
about
well.
Instagram? We are not
Not
live.
possible.
It's not
Oh,
possible.
no, tabs,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are with Alu-Cab. You
Yeah.
are with Alu-Cab.
Okay. So
You
what?
know, You were talking about, sorry, when we were cut off, you were talking about the first time aluminium canopies were introduced into the market in Germany. We were the same in South Africa. So I had this idea. Nobody had it. I took it to shows. Everybody stood around and said, wow, that's an interesting idea. And I think for the first 3-4 months, I never really sold anything. And then I eventually made the first sale, and the guy got treated like a king because I had him he flew in, I took him for lunch, I showed him everything. I spent so much time trying to convince him, and he got such a bargain. And for months, it still took forever. I mean, eventually it started to get going,
Yeah, yeah. So it was in our side the same, and that's also thank you, Jeremy, for that idea to start with this Alu-Cab adventure.
Yeah.
And so today, we are very well established in the European market and also in the other markets, and we have also a lot of competition. So I would like our customer to know that the original aluminum canopy, it came from Alu-Cab, not from nobody else, So
It's true. There was
yeah,
nobody else was building them. We were the first by a long shot.
yeah.
And then people started to copy it and so on. But I mean, that keeps it interesting, and it keeps more people thinking about canopies and so on. I know that you hate all competition, but
For me, competition are the devil.
but now, Dror, I mean, the fact is that we are always developing and always kind of stay ahead on the game, and we've got new products that we're putting into the marketplace all the time. And so there's good stuff coming. We're working on great new products. And every time I get off the phone with you, I'm exhausted because you've got another 5 ideas that you add to the add to my list of design. So yeah, it's very interesting and it's fun. I love it. I love the design part. It's for me the most frustrating thing is to get it out fast enough, because we're always trying to get new products through the engineering team and everything.
Yeah. Tell you, I'm living in a country in Germany where half of our customers, they're engineer or they could be engineers. Okay, so we learn from them so much. They come with so much ideas.
Yeah.
Just today there were here a customer that he got a canopy from us, and he success to build himself kind of a center lock system for the canopy.
Yes.
Yeah, I sent a kind of video in WhatsApp to Warwick. I will also forward it to you. So we
Okay.
have this customer. They come with ideas, and we have ideas. So that is we are staying in a market of a lot of thinking people.
Yes.
And we are trying also to step up our game, because sometimes solutions that come in from Africa, they come of the way of people they think, and here
Yes.
people think a little bit different. So that's why it's so interesting. It's also because the Alu-Cab allow us to think. When I have I work with many other suppliers. We have businesses with companies from European companies, Asian companies, Australian companies, but there's none company that is so open to hear new ideas. There is no other company that can take a good idea and implement it, except Alu-Cab. And that is what's so beautiful about it, because you guys were ready to hear us. You guys was ready to accept our ideas, or to check, at least to check them, and also tell us, yeah, it's possible or it's not possible. And it is something that if something make Alu-Cab great, is that approach. So although you are a man with a large ego, and I'm the same, and I'm worse than you, we did find a way to move it forward, and that's a thing, because if you close, because I do have some suppliers that I know that we could really do better, we could really do amazing, but if they are not open to listen, they are not open to hear, they are not open to understand that each market is different. And that's something that Alu-Cab did from the beginning, to understand that Europe is not Africa, and also that USA is not Europe, and Australia is not USA. So each customers or each culture have some values that important. Yeah, for us, for example, for Alu-Cab to understand that in Africa you try to keep your canopy or your tent dust free. You know, in
Yeah.
Europe we want to keep them water free. You know, wind free. So it's kind of process that could not be successful if there was Alu-Cab would not happy to ready to hear. You know, so
Yeah, I mean, Europe's got completely different climate conditions and different needs. And us sitting at the bottom of Africa, like the very bottom of Africa,
yeah.
we have to listen. We have to listen to others to learn in order to be able to adapt and adjust to try and make the product as suitable to all climates, all continents as best we can.
Yeah, yeah, and we did it. So in that point, I think if there's something I'm very proud about, it's that Alu-Cab became in the last few years one of the advanced and also known brand in the off-road market. This off-road market was a market that was controlled by some brands that they were there for many years.
Yeah.
But then when the market changed, and the market did change, because if you think about it, what was the market, especially in Europe, yeah, some other countries, what was the market 8 years ago? It was people who ride Land Rover Defender, they ride Land Cruiser. There was nothing else, and they always had, you know, the same kind of product. They used to fight with each other. The companies, this one copied the other, you know, and there was nothing between. And we called it in Germany the alte Hasen. It's mean the old rabbits. Yeah, they all knew the same. You couldn't come to these people and to talk to them about a new brand, you know. So, but then the market changed totally. I mean, today the people who doing overlanding or off-road is totally other kind of customers. You know, it's a lot of people because of the pickup market, the SUV market. They have a car. They suddenly find out that this car can drive also on off-road, and then they decided to come to that market. It's not the people who plan always like they're going to drive a year in Africa or someplace. So they get a Land Cruiser, they build it, and it was very hard to convince these customers or these people to be open to new brand. So we developed with a new level of customers that they grow themselves with us. So it was a really good timing to start all this journey that we did together.
It's so true.
Yeah.
We're getting questions. I mean,
no questions at the moment.
Should we ask people?
You can ask.
I mean, we're just finding out if there's anybody that has any questions to ask or anything that's. I mean, how many people are even on?
There's on our page, and then
yeah. There are not a lot of people watching.
Yeah. On this chat. If somebody out there hear us and has a question to ask, any question that has to do with Alu-Cab and Genesis products and whatever, pricing, conditions, feel free to send in chat. You can go in chat also in YouTube and send us a question, and we will answer you.
We'll try anyway.
Yeah.
We do have some here. Hello from Australia, UK. We have some guys from UK. Hello, you guys.
Maybe
Stefan and Ben and Chris from Australia.
Okay.
Okay. Ben asking about Generation 4. So
what is that?
Ben, he asked about Generation 4. So Ben, Jeremy, tell us what is the plan regarding the tents, you know, when we are coming, or what we are planning to do, without not revealing all our secrets.
Well, look, our next generation tent is actually going to be able to. It's a really fantastic product because you flip it open, climb inside, and then if you push a button, it can actually take off, and it can fly you to your next. No, obviously, Alu-Cab is always developing, always working, always planning. We're working on some new products, some fantastic new products. but the process is a long process. In the early days when we developed, we jumped in, we developed something, and then we quickly put it into the marketplace, and then we had to go back and repair all the problems that we created along the way. So now,
you build it, you develop it, and you really push it to a container that come to me in Europe, that we will find all the problems and give you feedback.
yeah. Just tell us what we need to fix once we've tried them out for us.
I didn't tell. I usually shout it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, this is very true. Yeah. So we're definitely working on a lot of exciting new products, and we will obviously make it known when those are ready to start showing themselves, and then we'll get them out there. But at the moment, we're still developing on it and making sure that we've got the perfect products.
Yeah. What we can say that actually these days, today, we were supposed to be at the Abonniere and Allrad show in Bad Kissingen, the biggest off-road show in the world. The original plan for Alu-Cab and for us was to show some prototypes of new products. This COVID-19 epidemic, it's actually delayed a lot of our plans. And we are now more also focusing on supplying the demand of the products, because we have a very large demand and people want to go to holiday and they cannot fly nowhere, and we need to try to supply them the tents and campers and whatever they're looking for. But generally speaking, we are working in two channels with Alu-Cab. And I said, people who doesn't know, I'm a shareholder at Alu-Cab, so I'm feeling part of the family at Alu-Cab. So we are going to have a improved version of the Gen 3. I mean, we will cover some points that we thought that need to be covered, but it's not going to be very soon. I hope that maybe until the end of this year we can release some more information. And we have a plan to have another series of tents to the market that has nothing to do with the Generation 3. The Generation 3 will keep being in the market. And there's a new idea coming, something very advanced, that we decided to take the time a little bit longer to develop, because we want to show something to the market that would blow your mind. And I'm not joking, that we want to have something that is very advanced, very modern, and very interesting, that when we say it, we will have the wow effect. That's what we want to achieve. And Alu-Cab is working on it, and we decided, let's take the time and not jump in to the market with something that we are not 100% ready with. We need to do some series of tests and different kind of weathers to see that it's all working. And when we'll be ready, you guys will get the information ahead from us. For one thing, I can say, it should not hold no one of buying this tent now, because it will take time until we will have new ones. But it's something that's very important, something that we see in the market. Customer of us that trying to use to sell the used canopy or used awning or used tent, because they decide to move to canopy camper or something like that. They sell it and they lose no money. They sell a used canopy and a used tent almost in the price that they bought it from us, or almost in the price of a new product, because the demand for Alu-Cab product is very high. And also in the used market, the products sell immediately. Nobody wait more than 3-4 days when you try to sell one of our product as a used product. So it's something that shows how strong is the brand, how good the products are, and how customers are happy with them.
Yeah, that's great. I see, Dror, there's some questions coming in about the new Defender. When are we going to make products for that? the first thing we need to do is we need to get the new Defender. We haven't even had a viewing here in South Africa yet. You know, it's a long drive to get down to the bottom of Africa.
Yeah. So I ordered a new Defender. I ordered it last year in September at the show. The manager of Land Rover Europe was shaking my hand, promised me to get Defender, how important it's for them that company like us would have it. And I was supposed to get it in March, and then in April, and then in May. So I have no idea when I will get that car. And I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed from that, because we are losing the time and also the season. I wanted also to travel with this car a little bit with my family to test it, to see how it's going on. I have to say I don't think this car will have something like a roof conversion. I don't think they'll be able to cut the Defender roof. I don't think there's
I can cut any roof.
Yeah, I know. I know, but I think they have too much airbags and this kind of things there that I don't think that will be allowed to do, unless if they'll come with kind of a version. I know they're talking about coming with kind of a budget version of a Defender also to the people who want to work with the car, that with a standard suspension, not with air suspension, only two doors instead of four doors. But I never saw this version. One thing for sure, this car allowed to have a roof rack, so it's mean tent awning will be no problem to install on it, and the rest we will need to see. But of course, first we hope to get the Defender. Okay, I saw our good supplier Laser Lamp got their Defender last week, the first one.
Okay.
So they're going to have some lights for it. But it's the only one I saw. I saw one at my car dealership. They also got 2 weeks ago the first Defender, only for the showroom. And that's it. So I don't know when we're going to have that car.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks. Interesting. Any more questions?
No more questions. Just
No more
Sarah
questions?
is letting us know that she has the Icarus and she's loving it.
Okay.
She's in Cornwall.
Okay, that's cool.
Where is she from?
Cornwall,
down in the bottom of the UK. It's
Okay.
a beautiful part of the UK. Carry on. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Actually, UK, it's a big market for roof conversion for us. We had a few dealers that's really doing a nice job. The roof conversion going very well there. And we get positive feedback from our dealers and customers. So
I'm always quite blown away as to how many Icarus conversions we're still making, considering they stopped the Defender a long time back.
Yeah, I think look, this car sold in large quantities in the last 10 years. I think since they have this TD5 model.
Yes.
And the Puma was sold also very well. Also in Germany, it's a very popular car. So what we're seeing today, that a lot of people bought this car when it was new because of that it's cool.
Yeah.
They just enjoy to use it, and they sell it to people who really want to go overlanding. Yeah. So there's a lot of cars in the market, and every year we just sell more roof conversions. So it doesn't show until now that the effect of not having this car anymore, because I think they stopped production in 2016 or something like that. But anyway, we sell more roof conversions. So,
Dror, there's a car coming called the Ineos Grenadier. I don't know if you've seen any of the marketing of it. It's a British company that's now building them in Wales. They've opened a factory there in Wales.
Yeah.
And it's like probably a modern version Defender setup, and I think it's going to be awesome for picking up the place that the Land Rover kind of left off. And I'm definitely cutting the roof of that thing.
So fair, that would be a great news, and I hope the success to do it. I just don't know how they're going to deal with all this regulation in Europe, because they're getting crazy here. And what I know, for example, from year 2021, there'll be a lot of cars coming to the market that will not have roof rack on them because they have kind of a new emanation rules. So
Yes.
every car factory, every little change you do in a car, you have to do all these tests that cost millions. It's mean if you sell a combi, like a station wagon,
Yes.
if he put different kind of mirror on the side, he need to do all the regulation process for that car. So for the car manufacturer, if you want to do, for example, Volkswagen, they will do a Volkswagen Passat, they need to decide, I'm doing a car with rails on the roof so customer can carry something, or I do it without, because it's going to cost them a few million euro for each different model to test. So it's mean a lot of cars will not be available for our market anymore, of carrying rooftop tent, these kind of things. I think that every manufacturer like this Grenadier, if he success to build a car that will be allowed to use in our market, that will be very refreshing, because the world is crazy, and people get crazy about these emanation things, and from one point they forget that there's also life, and we also want to live, So I think there's going to be some changes in our market. I think that's why people will go more for pickup, for examples, where they can use the load bin, and would buy less SUVs if they want to travel with a car.
Look, I mean, the reality of it as well is that pickups have become so comfortable and they're so well suited to overlanding that there's actually I don't see that being a problem anyway.
The only problem is when somebody would see that the pickup market is growing and decided, there's a way to get money out of it, So like in some countries, pickup considered to be a luxury car, it's not only working car. In Germany, we are still lucky that I think because of our large car industry, so we had very minimum taxes on cars. And pickup.
They'll start to tax the pickups.
But if you go, for example, to our neighbor in France, so double cab pickup is very, very expensive because they have a lot of luxury tax on them. So if you want a pickup, you buy a extra cab. But that is good only if you are two people. If you are a family, you have a problem. And the same like in Scandinavian countries, they have a lot of taxes on that. So in every move we do, in the end, there is a politica that would like to get money out of it. So I think we should also be cautious and always to watch out what's going on with rooftop tent, because rooftop tent is relatively new to the market. It's been there for many years, but for many years, only the people who use it was the off-road people. And now the rooftop tent market is crazy. Our more the 90% of the rooftop tent that we sell out of Genesis, they go into a standard cars, SUVs, station wagons, normal cars. And it's mean that the potential is very high. And in some point, I'm sure that somebody would come and say, hey, we have here, people are carried on the roof, we can put some taxes on it. So we need to follow up and to see.
There's always going to be something, isn't there?
It's going to always be something. That's why I think we should always be thinking about really about not only what is going up to be tomorrow, always to think few years ahead and to prepare the right product for that era.
Planting the seeds for to be ready. Okay. I mean, I think we. I think we have to carry on for an hour. Are we online for an hour?
Yeah.
Are we talking on for an hour?
Yeah, you
are. People still going to be listening to us for an hour?
Well, I don't know.
First, we are on YouTube and not in Instagram, so we are not limited in time.
Okay, but are you sure that our customers? I think we need to liven this up a bit. It's time to get some whiskey, and then
that could be nice. We should have some whiskey down there. I don't know how many viewers we have down there, but this video would keep running also after we finish.
Really?
Yes, I mean, it's going to be out there, and people can watch it out also later if it's interesting for them.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Jaco,
I just want to, some general information. What we are going to do regarding full size pickups. Is it something that we're going to work in because we have interest regarding Dodge Ram, for example, in our market? Yeah.
Well, I can answer some of those questions because obviously we have quite a America is a big customer of ours now, and they've been pleading to us to get into the full size market for some time. So and now you're saying that in Europe the Dodge Ram is starting to sell. So let's say we're starting to research our options for that now, because I'm dying to get my teeth into that marketplace. I think that it's I'm so used to having to work with really small load bin areas, small areas that we can create products for. And so when we get into the bigger trucks, it will open up more opportunities, more options on what we can possibly build and do and create. So I think that the full size truck market could be a very exciting space for us.
Yes. I have to say, we find out, I mean, we didn't really aware to that, but we find out that actually the Dodge Ram sell in big numbers in our market. And actually it's the most sellable pickup after Ford Ranger. So
yeah, which I mean, I would never have thought that.
Yeah, we also never thought that. Yeah, so we're really excited about it.
Yeah, so I mean, did they get through all the Euro MCAPs and all the rules and regulations that Europe requires from emissions and everything in Germany?
They probably do. They probably do because the Dodge Ram, for example, is full size in Germany. They are like trucks. So they're not like SUVs or car or everything. So they have other regulation.
Okay.
So it's more, from that point of view, it's a little bit more simple. But the thing is that it looks like there is a big potential for us there, because we get every week somebody asking regarding canopy cam for the Dodge Ram or canopy for the Dodge Ram, and actually this market is waiting and open for us, and I'm really excited to buy a Dodge Ram for myself. So, yeah. But I need excuse, and without us having Alu-Cab product for it, there's no reason for me to buy that car.
No, well, that's fine. Like I said to you, when you can firm up the sizing and tell us that you're prepared to buy 100 from us, then we will make them.
Yeah, I will buy. You cannot threat me. Whatever Sugar's made, I bought.
Yeah. Some of it good, some of it bad.
But in the end, we made a good work out of it.
Yeah. No, it's very true. It's very true.
Customer, what?
You get customers waiting, so wrap it up and then.
Okay, they said that there's some customer waiting for me at the showroom. Okay.
So okay, good, okay. Good. So obviously this has worked so well that they've come driving over quickly to see you, Dror.
Yeah, probably, yeah. No, but we have a lot of visitors, and who's this customer?
Tall, bold.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up then.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, thank you very much.
It's been good to chat to you guys, and all the best. And hopefully, you have a good season, even with COVID-19. And keep safe, and we will chat soon.
We'll chat soon. Thank you very much.
Okay, then.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody who's out there for listening. Cheers. Bye.
Wie viele Leute haben das gesehen?